Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday we all have been the final round of AI chessbots exhibition by Kaggle. So ChatGPT has a news for us. He has a new version of O3 which is playing in the final round with Grok 4. So they've played 4 games in the final round, and Gemini and O4 played for bronze medal of the tournament. And after reviewing the 4 final games, we are gonna be reviewing that games too. And I think you would love to see it. We have a lot of hilarious moments in this exhibition, and let me show you one by one. Let's jump into this. So this is the first game of OpenAI O3 and Grok 4. So Grok 4 is playing with white pieces and OpenAI is playing with black pieces. So let's start the review. Alright. The both AI bots are playing the Sicilian defense. Look at this. E4, C5, the Sicilian. Alright. Trading up the pawns on the center of the board, developing both knights, knight f6, knight c3 here, and a6. Here OpenAI is playing a6. Alright, which is good, which is normal here. Like he could be playing like something g6, fianchettoing the bishop, castling, but alright, this is AI bots. They've played a6. It's pretty reasonable because this stops this bishop b5 in the future. Alright, and here Grok 4 developed this bishop. First of all, he just wanted to develop this bishop to e3, which makes sense. Either bishop to e3 or just bishop to g5 with best options at this point. He chose to go for bishop to e3, which is normal. Alright, and OpenAI just wanted to attack to the knight because it's like staying at the center of the board. So the normal move is just playing knight to f3, but here Grok played knight to f5, which is a mistake. And at this point, OpenAI played d5. Alright, let's just break through the center, which looks like a mistake at this point because white has a 3 attacker here and black has a 2 defender. But the mysterious out of this point is when you're capturing this way, your knight will be unprotected and OpenAI captures it. This is the reason he played here d5, which makes a lot of sense. Here. And now Grok 4 just blundered. He played bishop to b5, which is a blunder. Alright, this is just AI bots. They just learn how to play chess like a kid when you're when you're at 6 or 7 years old. You're just learning how to play chess and like making this kind of mistake. This is just normal move. But you are playing in the final round of Kaggle AI bots championship and you're playing bishop to b5, just giving up a pawn for absolute no reason. What? Are you serious, bro? Alright. OpenAI just takes it. And here we can see a lot of like trades. On the center of the board. Like OpenAI realizes that he has an extra piece here, which is knight. So he should go for the exchange line. He should exchange everything like our teachers taught us. When you're up a piece, you should focus on exchanging pieces and safety of the king and trying to attack your opponent's king. If you go for the endgame with an extra piece, this is like a simple now. You can just take everything with your extra piece and just win the game. So here, Grok played queen to d3, which is not a good move when you're down a piece. Why you have to go for the exchanges? Because OpenAI should go for this, but Grok is offering this for him. Which here, bishop blocks. First of all, takes the queen, takes, bishop takes back, and like castles here, which makes a lot of sense here. Sense here. And now you can see here, he just takes the pawn, king e4, gives another check, and Grok takes the pawn on the center of the board. And now this is another check here, king f4, rook a4 check, and blocks with rook. And what? He blocks with the rook when pawn is like eyeing on this e4 square? What? Alright, this is just AI bots. So most of you like thought, alright, he can captures this and goes for the exchange. No, bro. The pawn is here. Why needed to capture with the rook? And I don't know. Grok is just plundering the rook here. And king e3. And now rook c8 here. He's not just capturing this. First of all, he just wanted to like make some discover checks in the future. When he captured that, like, I don't know. I mean, he can't capture that, first of all. Pawn takes maybe. I don't know. But he just played that. Alright. Takes the pawn. Rook c4. Offering a trade now. He goes for the trade. And here, it's like easy now. This is just simple now. Both sides are playing. OpenAI just took the pawn, and the c pawn is going for the promotion in the future. In a few moves, he just promoted his queen. This is h6 check, king g6, and now it was just checkmate. I mean, this square was just free for this king to slide back, but OpenAI played queen d1 and threatening checkmate in the next move. Like, this is also checkmate. He has millions of checkmates here. And after this move, he chooses to go for rook f6. It makes, like, no matter what he plays, either queen to g4 or rook f6, they both are checkmate. And he chooses to go for this. And he won in the first round of this final round. I mean, final. Yeah. This. Alright, guys. Alright. It is what it is. Let's jump into the next game, though. Alright. Alright, guys, this is the game number 2, and OpenAI 0-3. We can say 0-3 is playing with white pieces and Grok is playing with black pieces, so let's go. So it is started with e4. Again, the both sides are going for the Sicilian defense. These guys are just no one theory. When you're playing like one game, maybe when you're playing CSGO or when you're playing eFootball, you have just one idea. You have just one main idea and you're going for this idea. You're just going for this idea like every time. Again. And these guys are also like this. They're playing the Sicilian defense like all the time. No matter when they are playing with white pieces or black pieces, they are playing for the Sicilian defense. They are pushing for it. Alright. This is again like we've seen this before. Alright, both of the sides are just developing these pieces. And now, a6. Grok 4 played a6. Maybe OpenAI also falls for this b4 trap. I mean, it's not trap, but falls for this and blunders this piece. But no. OpenAI here played bishop to g5 first of all. Alright, which makes a lot of sense here. Just pinning this knight to the queen. It was better. It is better from the first game. Grok played bishop e3. I told you guys bishop g5 was much better, and OpenAI 0-3 just played that move. So e6, alright, which makes sense to develop the dark square bishop in the future. When you're pushing this pawn, you need some spaces here to develop the dark square bishop. Alright, here queen to b6, attacking to this and giving some pressure to this. Alright, here 0-3 played queen e2. I mean queen d2 here, and here we have a lot of traps that this pawn was poisoned. Taking this pawn is not good option here. Rook b1, queen a3, and now rook b3 is a bit mistake, but queen to a5, alright? And now another mistake. Engine said this is a mistake, but 0-3 here, bishop to h4, and here absolute cinema. What on earth going on? Knight to g4. It makes nonsense. Alright, and here he played 0-3 played f5, which makes sense to break up the center, try to maybe develop the bishop, or just giving some checks to win the knight. Yeah, it's clear. And what on earth going on? Queen takes a2. I don't know. It just makes nothing. Like, the pawn is just guarded by the knight, and you decided to capture this pawn for absolute no reason. It's like Grok AI is just saying the pawn, oh, it's a pawn, let's just capture it. And like, OpenAI is saying that, oh, are you dumb? My knight is just guarding this pawn and you took that? Are you kidding with me? And it just captured the queen. So, and it's like, again, same scenario. The both sides started just trading the pieces here. Alright, capturing this e6 pawn. Bishop captures back. And now check by rook. Look at this. 0-3 sees everything. He saw this queen to g5 check. He saw rook to b7. He's seeing everything here, and he's playing the perfect chess with higher than 90% accuracy. And now king to f8. Alright, now takes the bishop. He played that move. He didn't take that because he knows that here some kind of mates are coming. He just realized that this is... Alright. And he didn't take that. He played king e8. And now this is check. And it's like mate in 3 or mate in 4 here. And like after this... Rook just played this move. Alright, he just played that. Even like rook takes was the best option to mate in 1 in the next move. But he just chose to go for... he just chose to go for queen d6 check. Alright. Takes the knight. Takes the rook back, and now here is another check. Alright, the Osprey is playing the perfect chess. He just went from this line. No matter, this is also like winning position for him. Alright, here is some checks here, and now rook is attacking the queen. This is another check. King to g7, another check. King f8 again, and now rook f1, giving more pressure to the king. And now rook just defended this pawn. The rook and bishop was threatening to take this pawn in the next move, and just rook just... Alright, I'm gonna defend the pawn. But queen d8 was checkmate. And Osprey finds this checkmate. So 2-0. Osprey is winning. Alright guys, you have seen what was happening in these 2 games. And this is game number 3. And let's go. They have to play 4 games. So we have reached out this 3rd game already. Rook is playing with white pieces again, and he played e4, c5, the same scenario. Let's go guys, d4, take, knight takes, and playing a6 like all the time, but this is the different variation. c4 played by Rook, alright, which makes sense here. Another variation of the Sicilian defense. Why not? Because you're playing the same opening like all the time. Alright, knight f6, knight c3 played here, and g6 for encountering the bishop and cancelling the next moves. Exactly, bishop g7, castle, and bishop g5, putting some pressure to this knight and giving some pressure in the queen in the next moves. If he plays like e6 and d5, all right, and knight c6, nice. Like both of the sides are developing their pieces. This is like normal chess right now. We can see that both of the sides just castled here. They are developing their pieces. I like this. All right, trading up the knights here. And oh my goodness, what on earth going on again? Rook just played knight to d5. Oh my goodness, I don't know what he's like thinking in his head. Because it makes nonsense. Again, it's just a free knight. Alright, the opening I just captures it. And ed, he captures this pawn. So queen b6 played here. And now rook is just take the knight, takes back, and now offering a queen trade. He's down a piece and offering a queen trade again, like the exactly same scenario as we have seen in the first game. He's down a piece and offering a queen trade. Of course, opening I just didn't went for this. I don't know if he doesn't like that. And here, oh my goodness, Crocodile, are you kidding me? Are you kidding right now? Queen b7 played by Rook 4. Like, I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. It makes nonsense. Again, like he's just giving up a queen for nothing. Osprey takes it. All right, here, rook b1. He is like, oh my goodness, you're being so generous to me, and I will capture your queen. And game continues like this. b4 attacking the queen. Queen to d4 here. Pushing pawn d5. First of all, taking d pawn here and giving another pressure to the queen. Queen to e5. Rook e1 giving him another, trying to give another pressure here. ab. Rook takes b5, giving pressure to the bishop. Rook b8. All right, what is that, brother? He's just capturing the bishop for... You're down an exchange here. Rook captures back. And now, what on earth going on? Blundering the checkmate here. And now Osprey finds it. It's like, what? Bro, you're just blundering this mate. Alright, I'm gonna go for it. And the game's over. This was game number 3, guys. And at the beginning, it was like normal chess. Alright, both of the sides just castled. They are trying to develop their pieces, pushing up the pawns. But just a 2 blunder. First of all, blundering the knight and blundering the queen leads to the game over. Osprey won. 3-0. Osprey is winning, and I'm gonna show you the final game, guys. Let's go. And this is like beautiful. Final game was a beautiful one. We have seen what was happening in these 3 games, but let's wait to watch this 4th game. Let's go. Alright, guys. We are already here. This is game number 4. O3 is playing with white pieces, and Grok 4 is playing with black pieces. Let's go. Game start was e4. I've told you guys, these guys are pushing Sicilian all the time. Let's go. And again, like developing the knights. Again, playing a6. Again, playing bishop g5. Again, playing e6 here. f4, we have seen this before. Bishop to e7 is interesting because at the previous game they played g6, fingering the bishop and castling, but this time bishop to e7. This is also like theoretical move. Alright. Queen to f3 here. Queen to c7 here played. Castle. Queenside. Alright. And knight to d7. g4, which makes sense. Like when you have castled alongside, you should push the kingside pawns and try to like defeat your opponent in a quick time. Alright. And b5, it makes also sense. Like when you've castled queenside, your opponent is pushing from here and try to create some pressure, some problems in this side. And at this point, just O3 blundered here. He played e5, which is a blunder. Alright, at this point, first of all, Grok played the great move at this point. Bishop to b7, like attacking the queen, and now threatening to capture this because this pawn was no more like defended, because we have a knight, queen, and a pawn here to attack to this e5 pawn anyway. So let's just attack to the queen. First of all, he decided to do like this. And at this moment, the O3 went some hilarious way. Like, alright, brother, I'm winning this game. I'm winning this championship. I won 3 games in a row, and this is the final game. Let's make some fun here and play bishop to g2. Sacrifice the queen, brother, because I'm like, I don't know if this AI bot has some funny options or hilarious like hilarious like press buttons here to press it and play the hilarious like funny chess, but he went for it. Bishop g2. I don't know the reason of this. Bishop g2, like giving up the queen. Alright? When you're winning 3 games in a row, it's like makes sense. Like, alright. Grok takes it. Bishop takes back. And now, in knight to d5, it's a solid move. Like, knight to d5. Alright. Takes first of all, takes back, and bishop going for the trading lines. Like, this is normal right now. Like, both of the sides are going for the trading lines. So, Grok has some chances here because you have a big queen on the center of the board. You can just capture everything by using this queen. And here, O3 played pawn takes d6 check. And which option is good? Queen d6 or king d6? Like, you can't go there because he takes the queen. So either you should take with the queen, or you should take with the king or with the queen. You have these 2 options. You gotta choose this. Like, our teachers taught us to to focus. First of all, check, is there any attacks? Does your opponent has any like great moves, any like great options when you're playing this move? First of all, think about it, and then make them move, and then make a move. And here, Grok 4 played queen takes d6. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You just want a queen, brother. Just play and win the game. But no! Knight f5 is a fork. And takes. Rook d5, activating the rooks here. Gives another check. And here, like, it is +3 for white pieces because they have a quick development here, giving some pressure to this piece in the future. But O3 went from this way because, like, why not? He has an extra pawn here and he thinks that this is enough for me, brother. I can win this game. Alright. King takes, bishop takes the rook, and now rook takes. And now this is like an equal game because no matter you have an extra pawn, he has a rooks, he has an active rook here. But extra pawn is an extra pawn. Gives check, rook e5. King g6 here we can see, and this is a mace because he can like go there, attack the rook, and when he played there, he's giving some pressure to another pawn. This is check. He takes the free pawn, and now like the situation is just balanced now. The pawns are black has an extra pawn here, but white will take this pawn anyway in the future. So both of the sides have the equal pawns, so it's just a draw position. Even better for black, I think. Check, rook a5, king here again, give another check. He played this. First of all, guard the pawn. King slides back to h5, take this and just protect your h pawn here. Alright, this. And both sides started making some mistakes there. They're not just taking the free pawns and it's just going for these lines. Alright, at this point, oh my goodness. King takes g6, bro. King takes g6 was best option. Why you played this move? Because this rook was just protecting this pawn. Alright, this is also normal, like you could capture this and just continue protecting this pawn. He played this move, king g6. Oh brother, just start pushing your h pawn. Takes, gives check. King slides back to h7, brother. Your option is just push the king here, push your pawn to promote a queen. But you're playing king to h7, alright. b4, this is check. Now, white has a lot of options because he could push this pawn to the victory land. This is check. Bro, start pushing your h-pawn. Bro, start pushing your h-pawn. What's that? You are giving up a rook for a pawn for... I don't know, brother. You could be like holding this and just pushing h-pawn. Alright, this pawn is just plundered now. And now white has this c-pawn. This is check, push, and he has a queen here. And the game is over like this. This is letters made, and the 03 won 4 games against Grok 4. And he is the champion of this Kaggle AI chess exhibition. That was this kind of game. So, and now I'm gonna show you in a quick time the final and hilarious and most beautiful game among Gemini and 04. Let's go. Let's jump into it. So this is game number 2. 04 versus Gemini. Let's go, guys. Let's just review this game. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Let's go. OpenAI 04 Mini is playing with white pieces, and Gemini is playing with black pieces. Game has started with which opening? Of course, the Sicilian defense. I mean, Sicilian. Let's go, brothers, sisters. You all know the Sicilian defense. Let's go. A6. We have seen this variation before. We have seen this before, guys. I think you remember this. Bishop E3. We have remembered this. E5. We have remembered this. And now, finally, OpenAI 04 played knight to B3. This is like much more better response than another Grok 4 because you just jumped into this F5 square, which is a mistake. So 04 played this move, and now Bishop E7, which makes sense to cancel here, and also 04 is I mean Gemini. I'm like missing this names. All right, E7 trying to cancel the next move. All right, here developing another bishop, queen to D2, knight D7. Makes a lot of sense here. Just canceling, putting this rook to the C8 square. I mean, controlling the C file. Makes a lot of sense. He cancels the queen side, guys. Oh my goodness. All right. B5 makes sense. Like when he's canceled this queen side, you should push the pawns and give a lot of pressure. Try to create some weaknesses. All right. King B1, cancel. G4. 04 also started doing this stuff on the king side, pushing up the pawns and trying to bulldoze this black's king side. All right. As he did like this. Knight d7, he retreats his knight back, and now h4, Lai is doing this stuff, and knight jumps into this square, giving up threats on this queen and a bishop in one time. But here, brother, what on earth are you doing this? Knight d5, oh my goodness. This 04 is giving his queen for the knight. Oh my goodness. And Gemini is not capturing, first of all, he's just capturing this knight instead of capturing the queen. And now he saves the queen and plays queen to d3. Just capturing the bishop was also there, but this was a fork. Then the reason why O4 played queen d3. Alright. And now he takes the bishop, takes back, and now retreats the bishop back, saves the bishop, which makes sense. Now we see h5, bishop takes now, attacking the queen, because it was a free pawn. You played h5, brother, a bit earlier. Now queen c3, queen to b6, trying to push these pawns. So, and adding some rook here and giving and bulldozing the white's king side. Now, this is my turn. Gemini saying, this is my turn. You just started some attacks here, but you failed it. And now I am gonna do this for you. So a3. First of all, h6 here. Queen b4. Knight jumps into the battle here. Knight to c5. Knight, retreating this knight to a1. I don't know the reason of playing this move, because or you just wanted to play c3 and playing knight to c2 in the future. Alright, we'll see. a5 here, which makes sense. Let's go. Pushes his pawns, capturing the pawn. Queen takes the pawn, pushing another pawn here and playing c3, because you need to like develop your knight. Your knight is just dead, brother. And now he just played for queen exchange. Alright, bishop to b5. And now playing bishop to e7 here in the future if you're pushing these pawns. The bishops, the rooks, the Gemini is giving pressure to white's king side with more than 20 points of material. Oh my goodness. And now here rook to g1, giving some pressure to this g7 pawn in the future, but it makes nonsense. Alright, another attack here. Rook to a5, giving pressure to this bishop. And he plays b3. When your bishop is under attack, you're playing b3. Knight c2, giving up another pawn, another piece for free, but he's not gonna capture that. First of all, let's attack the queen. And now, boom. The queen is completely trapped. You can't go anywhere here. Black's pieces are just controlling everywhere, and at this point, capturing the rook was the best option. He just played queen to c4, just giving up the queen for nothing. And now this is check, giving up the rook. Queen joins to the party, check, promotes to queen, and he blocks, because this is like discover check, discover promotion here, promoting a queen and giving some checks. And now just queen takes and checkmate. In the next move, he's just waiting for you, brother. You just go for it. Well, no, he just captures with this. And now king here and queen takes queen takes d1 is a checkmate, brother. Are you watching this? This is checkmate. But no. He just played queen c1. I think Gemini's wanted to place some fun here and played this move. Of course, there's a check with the bishop. Of course, there's a check with another bishop. Queen to e7. Of course, there's a check with the bishop again. And at this point, another check. And here we can see queen to d3 checkmate. Gemini just humiliated this white's king with more than 15 points of material in a one time. And after all of this, queen d3 is a beautiful checkmate. Like, with that, Gemini won against O4. Like, I can tell you the whole score. It's like Gemini won 2 games in a row, and third game was a draw, and fourth game, O4 won the game against Gemini. But anyway, the final score is 2.5 versus 1.5, which is Gemini is the third place. OpenAI O4 Mini is fourth place. Yeah. With all of this beautiful and hilarious games, the Kaggle Game Arena Chess Exhibition Tournament 2025 has over. And we have the champion. OpenAI O3 is the champion of the exhibition, and Grok 4 is the second place. Gemini is the third place, and OpenAI O4 Mini is the fourth place. With that, the AI exhibition championship is over. Did you like it, guys? Did you follow the full exhibition on live like me? I was so excited to watch this game. So I was on the live stream, like even Magnus Carlsen and his friend was just reviewing, commentating these live streams on live. I mean, games on live. So they also like confused about this moves. So yeah, guys, this is all for today. This is all about this tournament. If you're watching this, guys, thank you. If you reached at this point, thank you. And do not forget to click likes and subscribe to our channel, guys. If you like this content, if you like this review, if you leave a comment, I'll be happy to see you. I will be happy to reply you all, guys. So yeah, this is all for today, guys. Bye. See ya in the next recaps.